Right, welcome to Bell the Cat, Skin the Cat, Catch the Cat, whichever way you like. Right, back again with another video. I'm not sure how many of you looked into one of the posts I shared on the channel. It was about something to do with just trying out some questions from Medify. That's correct. So we're just trying out some questions from Medify. Let's see how it works. So I've shared that thing with you. So we'll try and see are there any ways to crack these questions and so on. So in here, check on the link. I'll share the link at the bottom description section of this video. Right, so without further ado, let's get cracking. Belling the Cat, UCAT is the name of the cat, whatever you want to call it. Righty, okay. So, a few rules to remember. Okay, well, anyways, we'll run over some of the rules as we keep going along in trying to crack this video. Right, no students in the linguistic department received a grade C. Right, waiting. So we got received in morphology module, all students, all right, okay. Received a grade B or higher. Right, okay. So now, here we are. So starting with, the name of the game is tree diagrams. Right, tree diagram, exclusively tree diagrams. So I've got, whenever he says no students, so he says clearly no students in the linguistic department. So I will do linguistic department here. Received a grade, no student linguistic department, abbreviations in morphology. Right, all students in the linguistic department received a B plus. B plus in what? B plus in syntax. So I've got in syntax, what did everybody get? So everybody got B or higher. Students may join if you want to go to socio. What would happen? The condition is can only be if you want to get that, you need to get B plus in morphology. Again, abbreviation. So one more time, linguistic department students. Some of them, nobody got C in morphology module. Next, all the students, again, if you see solid lines, there's no mention of all students, no mention of some. All students received a grade B plus. So if somebody is doing or syntax module, everybody received B plus. Which is a B and above, right? If you want now the condition, if you want to get into sociophonetics seminar, you need to get B plus, above B in the morphology module. Ready? Tess is a student. All right, Tess is a student in the sociophonetics seminar, so she must not have received a grade C or lower. Right, grade C or lower. Lower in what? So that's it. I know nobody received grade C. So if you want to get into sociophonetics, so you need to get B plus. So that's vague. I will say no, because they have to specify what exactly grade is in. Is it in morphology? Is it in syntax? So what is it? So lack of information. So we got Barnby received a grade C. Grade received in morphology department, so he's not. So again, received a grade C in M, so he's not a student. Again, one of the rules we remember. So in here, changing the color. So going on to a blue color. Right. Usually one of the rules we made in, if you watched any of the previous parts of the video, perhaps part 2 of the video, rule number 1 was always follow the solid lines. Always follow the solid lines or the dotted lines. When can we go back? Whenever there's negation, right? So in this case, negation is if you get a C, this is negation of, it is negation of this one has been negated, I can go backwards or making it this. So that means if somebody did not get a C, or somebody, he says did not get a C, I have to negate did not get a C in morphology too, got a C. So somebody got a C in morphology will not be a student in the linguistic department. So I can only go against the arrow if there is negation. So this has been negated. He says not C. So I want, what's the negation of not C? A student got to C. So I'm allowed to go back. So if it is negation of the top as well would be there. So 100% right. So we agree with this one. So when can we go back? Whenever there is negation of the condition. Righty, so we agree. Annika is a student in the linguistic department who completed the morphology module before joining sociophonetics. She must have received B or higher, right? Everybody got B or higher in syntax, right? She must have received B or higher in both syntax and morphology. All right. So everybody, firstly, everybody got a B or higher in syntax module, 100% correct. So if she is in sociology, as you already said before joining, she must have received and so on, completed, and so she must have definitely received a B. So we agree with that. So both conditions are satisfied. So what was the two conditions? It says she must have received a B or higher in syntax. Yes, everybody got B or higher in syntax. Now, what about morphology? Right, if she is already in sociophonetics, she must have satisfied this condition. So we agree, yes. Moving on. No student from the syntax module may join the sociophonetics seminar. No student, absolute no. So that's vague. Why? So you're saying, if you read the question, no student from the syntax module may join the socio-phonetic seminar. So what is he saying? He says, oh, right, so altogether, no student can join socio-phonetics from the syntax module, right? That's vague because if you satisfy the condition, which is this condition, you got to be in module, so it's irrelevant, so we disagree with this information. Right, okay. Some students in the linguistic department received. So some students in the linguistic department received a grade B in the morphology. I don't know. All I know is lack of information again. All I know is linguistic department, nobody got a C. What if everybody got an A? What if everybody got D? So I don't know. So could have been, so lack of information, so we would disagree. It's a big fat no. So quickly running over. So tested student, so she must not have received a grade C or lower. So again, lack of information, lower in what? That's why we disagreed. Bami received a grade C in morphology module, right? If she, so that's negation. I'm going backward because it's negation of this condition. I am allowed to go back only when there's negation of this condition. So yeah, if you did get a C, you are not LD, which is linguistic department. Annika, student, linguistic department, completed the morphology before joining the, she did join, if you see here, before, that means she definitely joined the sociophonetics, means she would have definitely got a B or higher in morphology. Right, and alongside that, second bit, or, which is higher in both syntax and morphology. Of course, goes without saying, everybody got B or higher in syntax, so we definitely agreed. No student from the syntax model may join. Vague, as long as you satisfy the condition, you are allowed to join socio-phonetics seminars. Lack information. Some students in LD received a grade B in morphology. No clue, lack of information. Ready? Because all we know is nobody got a C. They could have got, everybody could have got an A, B, D, so lack of information. Moving on to the next one now. Righty, okay, no contracts are signed. So no contracts are signed on behalf of the firm. All right, time for pull it up. So what is that? So we got no are signed. No, now that's another learning. No, there's a no contract signed without. When the two negatives make a positive, like in maths, similarly in syllogisms. So no contracts are signed behalf. So what will I do? I'll draw my tree diagram using, what's this? So I'm talking about something to do with the contracts in the firm. CF, contracts in the firm. All contracts in the firm, what will happen? You need a solicitor review. Okay, SR. Right, okay. Any contract that is in the firm's financial interests. So if it is FI, it needs to be signed on behalf of the firm. Ready? So what have we got? So contracts of a firm, right? So all contracts in the firm need a solicitor review. Ready? Makes sense. Everybody's solicitor contracts of the firm, they need a solicitor review. Any contract which is financial interest, signature required on behalf of the firm. Ready? Let's start. If a contract is signed on behalf of the firm, it is in financial interest. What's this? Signed on behalf of the firm, financial interest, we are not allowed to go back. As we agreed before, you're only allowed to go back, which is against the arrow, if there is negation of the signature or signed on behalf of the firm. So because it says contract is signed on behalf of the firm, signed on behalf of the firm. If the contract is signed on behalf of the firm, financial interest, absolutely not. One of the rules right at the early part one of the video we mentioned. So answer is no, because we cannot go against the arrow. Ready? Next one. Contracts that are not signed on behalf of the firm. So contracts which are not signed on behalf of the firm are not, watch this now. So let me get rid of this. Right, okay. So contract which are not signed. So if I don't sign the contract, so what does he say? If this is not signed, it is not in the financial interest. Again, yes, that condition is satisfied because there's negation of not signed on behalf of the firm, not in the firm's financial interest. We agree with this one. Ready? A contract that is in the firm's financial interests. A contract that is in the firm's financial interest reviewed by a solicitor. I know for sure. Any type of contract which is to do with the firm will be, whether it's financial interest or not, it will be reviewed by the solicitor. All contracts are reviewed by the solicitor. So we agree with that. That's a big fat yes. All right. Moving on to the next one. Contract with the solicitor's review. Contracts with the solicitor's review are signed on behalf. These are two separate things, because there are two different branches of this. So contracts with solicitor's review. Oh, because I can't go backwards, number one, that's why I can't choose it. Right? Solicitor's review, can't go backwards, can't go against the arrow, so we'll have to negate it. So simple rule. Ready? Okay. So altogether, so we'll have to say contracts with solicitor's review are signed on behalf of the firm. No clue whatsoever. It's only if it's a financial interest you are allowed to sign on behalf of the firm. Ready? So answer is, again, we'll say big fat no. All right, moving on. Some contracts in the firm's financial interests. Some contracts which in the firms are not reviewed by solicitor. Nope, we don't know about anything called some. Why do we not know anything about some? If you remember, one of the rules for some was you have to have dotted line. Never drew you a dotted line here. So all I knew is here, as long as you're in a financial interest, you would need a signature on behalf of the firm. Some contracts in the firms are not reviewed. Everything which is a financial interest needs it. Again, contradiction. Righty, agree, big fat, no. Moving on quickly to our next question now. Banana forest are tropical forests. Oh, sorry, bananas which are tropical fruits grow in South America, right? So solid. Again, we've got this bananas, tropical fruits, which is bananas, grow in South America. Okay, go in South America. Now, the word is some. Some of them are red. Okay, some dotted line if I hear the word some. Some of them are red. Most of them are not red. Agreed. Next. Some tropical fruits, again a dotted line. Some tropical fruits are 2 feet longer, 2 feet plus. Most of them are not 2 feet plus. Right? Okay, so we've got it. So now, another learning. Whenever he says, like in here, banana is an example of tropical fruits. So in here, we're saying tropical fruits. What's that? Banana is an example of tropical fruits, right? Or we could also go backwards, right? Okay. So bananas which are tropical fruits, bananas, or we could also say, going backwards, bananas which are tropical fruits. So, okay. So bananas which are tropical fruits, because banana is an example of a tropical fruit. Banana is a tropical fruit. Going backwards. Anything which is an example, banana is an example of tropical fruit, so I go backwards. Some bananas grow in South America are red and are longer than 2 feet. Absolutely no. Some bananas grow in South America. Firstly, there's not some bananas grow in South America. Bananas which are tropical fruit grow in South. So we don't know about some because there's no mention of dotted line. He's saying some bananas grow in South America are red and are longer than, some of them are red. Yes, we agree. Some of the bananas are red and are longer than 2 feet. But he's saying some bananas grown in South America, South America, beg your pardon. So that means some. No, bananas, again, if you see here, grow in all of them, which are in South America, all of them in South America. Yes. So again, on those grounds, we will cancel it. So one more time to elaborate. He says some bananas grown in South America. Firstly, he clearly said bananas which are grow in South America, not some. There's no question of some or few or most. It's all. So bananas which are tropical fruit grown in South America. So we, on those grounds, we will say no to this because the emphasis on he's talking about some. In this case, it's not some, it's all. Righty, moving on. No, all tropical fruits grow in South America. Absolutely not. Complete lack of information. He's going against the arrow, so forget it. Not all tropical fruits grow in South. That's the easy one. Right, moving on to our next one. At least one tropical fruit is equal to or shorter than two. Oh yeah, do we not see? At least here, tropical fruit, most, my solid line represents, most are not greater than 2 feet. Oh, that means most of them are not greater than 2 feet because of the solid line. Only dotted line represents some are greater than 2 feet. Well, that means there should be at least one which is equal to or shorter than 2 feet. We agree. Right, moving on. Again, one more time, because it's a solid line, of course, there's only a small number. Some of them, tropical fruits, are 2 feet plus. Most of them are not 2 feet plus. That means they should be equal to or greater than. So answer is yes. A fruit is red. So we've got a fruit is red and grows in South America, so it must be banana. A fruit is red and grows in South America? No, can't go behind the arrow, so can't go back against the arrow. So answer is a no. A fruit is red and grows in South America, so it must be banana. Oh no, I cannot go back against the arrow, so no. Tropical fruits are either bananas or do not grow in South America. Oh no, 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 no. There can be other possibilities. Banana is just one example of a tropical fruit. So one more time, banana is just one example of tropical fruit. There could be many other examples of tropical fruit. So tropical fruits are either bananas or do not grow in South America. Beg your pardon, just keep saying South America. So absolutely no, big fat no. So he's just saying there's only two options. No, there can be other examples of tropical fruits. Answer is no. Ready? All right, quickly moving on to the next one. Right, okay. So the next one we are on about is something to do with all strawberry flavored desserts. All right, pull up. All strawberry flavored desserts contain fruit pieces. Right. Okay, so what have we got? So we got everything to do with desserts. So desserts can be strawberry flavored. Contain F, which is fruit pieces. And what is that example of desserts? The chocolate desserts are decorated. None of the chocolate desserts, so that means big fat no. None of the chocolate desserts are with whipped cream on the top. Okay, so again, if you see here, I said chocolate desserts. None of the chocolate desserts are with whipped cream. So none of them, that's why I put a cross next to it. Right, if a chocolate dessert does not contain fruit pieces, all right, so again, what happens? Change the color. Right, if it does not contain fruit pieces, it is not strawberry flavors. Oh, there's negation. I can go backwards. So again, because there's negation, I can go backwards, which is against the arrow. I will choose yes. Perfect. All desserts contain fruit pieces. Absolute no. You know the reason why. Big fat no. Right. If a dessert has whipped cream on the top, whipped cream on the top, again, watch this. It is not chocolate flavored. That's my next one. If it has a whipped cream. Oh yes, clearly said. It's a big fat no. It is not chocolate flavored because chocolate and whipped cream are. Like if I want to show you chocolate and whipped cream, this is chocolate, this is whipped cream, there is no overlap. So you say, if you're whipped, you can't be chocolate, right? Therefore, again, in this case, I will say a big. So wait a minute. If a dessert has whipped cream, it is not chocolate flavored. Oh yeah, if you see here, he's negating it. If it has whipped cream, it is not chocolate flavor, so 100% agree. So again, mutually exclusive, like in GCSE, we used to say maths, stats, A-level. So we said, oh yes, is it chocolate cream? It is not chocolate flavored. Of course, we agree with him, right? So he has whipped cream. It is not chocolate flavored. Agreed. Again, they cannot, there's absolutely no overlap. Next, no strawberry flavored desserts is decorated. Oh, strawberry flavored. He's talking about strawberry flavored and decorated with cream. Completely different branches, so can't even talk about it. So absolutely lack of information. So again, I'll say big fat no again, because these two are on two different trees, two different branches of the tree, so I negate it. We said lack of information, can't say anything. If a dessert is strawberry flavored, all right, it must not contain fruit pieces. No, he clearly said strawberry flavored, contain fruit pieces. If a dessert is strawberry flavored, it must not, if you hear the word not, no. Anything which is strawberry flavored has to have fruit. So answer is no. We disagree with this. Quickly moving on to our next one. Right, let's see how many of them. We got it right. All right, view our score. Yep. Oh, there we are. So if you see here, so we ended up getting altogether 20 out of 20. Right, out of 20 out of 20. So again, that was, that's our total score, 20 out of 20. Right, so there we are. In this case, what did we do? We went through some questions from Medify, which I will anyways put this thing in the description of the video. Hopefully you can try it in your own time, and as time progresses I will also be putting in some more questions from different websites, platforms, database questions and so on. We kept on trying UCAT TOT. It might as well try something new. Tried Medify. Ready? Okay, right, that's it for now. I will keep smashing the UCAT. Days are clocking by. Right, so a few countdown has already started. Righty guys, so if anybody needs any help, drop me a comment, let me know how good, bad or funny these videos are. That's it for now. Catch you again very soon. Till then, ciao ciao, bye bye.